In this episode, if you don't fail, you won't succeed. It is an absolute necessity for you to fail because you'll always fail to get as swole as Papa Swole.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 625 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most swolestical, the swolestical, most muscular, most chestical broadcast, Gaincast, Mancast, Pumpcast, Jackedcast, Coffeecast, Sundaycast, Bicepcast, and let's do another one. Let's do a double nipple cast in the realm because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Welcome to episode 625, every damn day at 12 noon Eastern time. Thank you for joining me live on Instagram and live on Facebook. Welcome to 625. Finally watching live. I know that the weekend is mucho populario for catching Daily Swole because a lot of you can't catch or can't watch during the week. I get it. You have a schedule. You can't make it at 12 noon. Maybe you're driving in traffic on the West Coast. Maybe it's dinner time in England, or maybe it's just 12 noon and you don't get off lunchtime or something like that. What you're doing on the East Coast, but now we're here. And now you can enjoy. Now you can kick back and relax. We'll do some questions today, but today is a very simple episode. And what's interesting is I've been getting a lot of the DMs. I'm gonna go with that old man attitude. I've been getting those DMs. People have been sending me the letters and the DM, and I've been getting the Facebook messages. A lot of with your goals, of course. So I've been getting a lot of questions. Of course, when you ask me questions, it's based on what you need or based on what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve, which just makes sense, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why you have a question. And those of you that have questions, you can drop them below right now. I want to know what you've done. I'm going to pose this question. That way you can start getting the discussion going in the comments. I want to know what you've done in fitness that you've failed with. I want to know what your failure has been. So I want to know what you tried, whether it's nutrition, whether it's a diet, whether it's an exercise, whether it's an exercise program. I want to know an example of something that you failed. Because what I want to reiterate, and today is a little bit more of I don't want to say it's a philosophical, but it's a little bit more of the mind game, because your goals, from what I hear and for what I keep on trying to clarify, it doesn't sound like they're your goals, really. It's one thing when I talk to one person at a time and I just think of each individual as an individual, which I always do. But then when I put all the questions together and I kind of look at them overall, it just seems like there's such a theme and there's such this overarching and there's this blanket perception from society that you need some of these things. Like, I just don't think it's human nature to want to lose 20 pounds. Like, we don't know what 20 pounds is. We don't know what abs are. Like, we don't. We do, but we don't. It's hard to say. I've been going a little bit, really deep into the philosophy of it, because the more you know or you think you know about the body and what we actually want versus what we need versus what we require versus what makes us happy is really not, it's not what you think it is. And how easily we throw around numbers, right? How easily we throw around goals, how easily we throw around, I want to lose 10 pounds, I want to I want to trim this, I want to increase my strength. Just how easily we throw around these things that we want to achieve. We just throw them out there. It's so easy to say shit, right? It's so easy to say things. It's so easy to say goals. It's so easy to say, I want this, I want to lose this, I want to gain this, I'm trying to do this. And there's so many of them. In one message, I'll get 4 fucking goals. And I'm saying, well, they're all counterintuitive. They're all opposite one another. They're at four edges of the square. I mean, you're not going to get all of these things. What do you really want? And it's those especially that expose the fact that people don't know in general what will make them happy. And that's why when we have these discussions about losing 10 pounds, it's okay, why do you want to lose 10 pounds? And I just use this because it's general. Most everyone wants to lose 5 or 10 pounds. Even if you're a dude and you're pretty lean, if you want to get leaner, you might want to lose 5 pounds of fat. I get that. So it's a pretty generic number. So anyone that wants to lose 5 or 10 pounds, why would that make the biggest difference? Why would that make you happy? Why are you going to be able to, why do you think you're going to be able to maintain that? Why do you think that will be some kind of answer for you, that everything will be all right? Everything will be organized. Everything will be straight. There won't be any more desires that you'll have. There won't be any other challenges. Once you lose 10 pounds, you'll be where you want to be. It's a very limited outlook. It's very pinned on a number. It's very pinned on an outcome. And what you might see behind me on the board, if you're watching live, I have to dodge a little bit. On YouTube, you can see it. It says, "You must fail." You must fail. It says it on the board behind me. And the reason why I put that there is because all of you that have goals, all of you that have these things that you're trying to achieve, you're going to fail. And what that really does mean is if you are in this fitness game, it's not just a fitness game, it's a life game. So if you are doing something and you're trying to achieve your goal and you haven't gotten there yet, that's what's supposed to happen. So what I want to clarify is not the discouragement that, oh, I haven't lost. I've been trying to do all these different things and I just haven't lost. I'm losing hope on losing my 40 pounds. I'm losing hope on ever seeing my abs again. You're supposed to never see your abs again. You're supposed to never lose weight. You're supposed to never gain muscle. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to fail. Out of 100 attempts, you might succeed one time. So what does that mean in terms of our language? That doesn't mean that you're more likely to succeed. It means you're more likely to fail. So by the definition of what you're supposed to do, what's supposed to happen means what's likely to happen. It means you are more likely you're supposed to fail. You're supposed to fail. You're supposed to not get it. You're supposed to not be successful. You're supposed to want to quit. That's what the human body does. You don't want to keep on doing something that has no foreseeable benefit, that has no success, that's not working as effectively as you would hope. You're supposed to want to quit. You're supposed to want to stop. You're supposed to fail. So if there's a slim chance, if there's a 1 chance out of 100, that means that you are supposed to fail, which means you must fail. And you've probably heard the phrase, or you may have, if you haven't, it's very common. I forget who said it, but you fail until you succeed. Maybe it was Einstein. It was one of those, but you fail and fail over and over again. You're supposed to fail. You're supposed to not get it. You want to lose 10 pounds? Pretty much you're supposed to try to do something to lose 10 pounds and not get it. If you did something and you lost 10 pounds, that's not the norm. That's you actually almost probably getting lucky that you got that 1 out of 100 earlier than you expected. So it's very normal to fail. It's actually the norm. It's what is supposed to take place. So all this frustration and, oh, I'm never going to get it. And I tried so many things. I tried eating paleo. I tried ketosis. That is why when it comes to nutrition, it comes to exercise, I'm very open-minded. That's why when it comes to nutrition, I'm very open-minded. That's why my approach is that, oh, don't try keto. Don't just go over here to paleo. Don't just go over to Atkins. Don't just go over to like carb cycling. Why don't we start from scratch? Why don't we start from the beginning? Why don't we start from the basics? Why don't we start from you figuring out what foods are best for your body? Then your eating style, then what you're eating at your macro ratios and things like that. Then you can get a little bit more into the detail of what eating style is best for your life, what kind of meals you like to eat the most. Because if you're eating the right foods that do not cause you allergic reactions, it's not going to matter really if you do keto or if you do low, I don't fucking care. It doesn't matter. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. You're not required to do keto to lose weight. That's just one option. That's just one option that a lot of people can't maintain long term. That's just one thing people do. And I really don't like when you get fitness so-called experts here online that everyone gets behind one fucking thing. You have like this one, you have a guy who's like, the intermittent fasting guy. That's just what he does. Everything he does is around intermittent fasting. Obviously, that works for him and he likes that. But then it's like all his content's intermittent fasting, intermittent fasting. Then you have the keto people who's like everything they do is keto. They do videos. I'm the keto guy. KetoWeightLoss.com or KetoProgramsForLife.com. And then it's fucking keto, and everything's keto based. Like, why does everyone have to why do we have to? It's like the same thing with fucking countries. Everyone plants a fucking flag. Everyone has to have a flag flying in the breeze. Like, this is my flag. This is mine. This is what I do. This is my country. This is who I represent. Why do you have to have a team? Why is like Team Keto? Why is it Team Paleo? Why is it Team CrossFit? I'll make fun of certain things or I'll have my opinions, but I still don't care what you do. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Certain things are higher risk. Certain things don't have as clear of a goal or a program progression. Okay, then doesn't mean it's not for anyone. It means nothing's for everyone. There's something for everyone. Nothing is for everyone. So once you figure out a little bit more about yourself, I think that's what it comes down to, is you learning more about yourself and understanding who you are and how your body works. Like, for example, let's talk about this more because everyone loves nutrition. We talk about nutrition. All right, macros. That's extremely popular. Counting macros and macros. There's apps for macros. There are people that say, macro. People that just love to fucking carry around scales and calculators and measure things and do percentages and pie charts and shit. Does that mean it's wrong and doesn't work? No. Some people love it and it works for them. But here's another thing. Some people love to do math. Is that right? Float some hearts or float some comments if you love numbers. Do you love numbers? Some people love fucking numbers. Some people love math class. Some people love physics. Some people love being analytical. Some people love making lists. Some people love tracking things. Some people just love taking notes. There are people in classes, like in school, that just love taking notes and they do it perfectly and they have their notebook and they're like, it's almost like an art form to be organized. Some people just love being analytical and tracking shit. Accountants, people love fucking numbers. So those people might just, why can't they do macro counting and nitpicking shit and, analyzing? Because that's just what they like to do for everything. That's who they are. So doing macros is not, I don't think it's necessary for anyone if you're eating the right stuff. But if you enjoy that and you want to look at it that deeply, sure. You are consuming calories. You are consuming a number of calories. You are consuming a number of carbs. You are consuming a number of fat. You are consuming a number of proteins. So you can calculate those things. Have at it, Hoss. Have fun. Calculate that shit then. So some people just like to do that. Some people just like to calculate stuff. Doesn't mean it's for everyone. That doesn't mean that macros are the way to go. Sure, it's basic, physics, energy, conservation of energy. If you use more calories than you consume, you'll lose energy, you'll lose mass. Yeah, but then of course there's little subtleties. I'm just from the mindset that your body will regulate this on its own, that if you're eating the right foods, your body can send the right signals, and you don't have to get as detailed and as maniacal, because what you're telling people, if you're going to go after the macro approach, you're telling people that are not math people. You're telling people that are not analytically minded. You're telling people that do not like to take notes. You're telling people that do not like to track things to do all those things. There's no shock that they fall off that type of eating. There's no shock that they struggle. There's no shock that they don't have passion around their fitness and their nutrition. There's no like shock that it's seen as a stress, because if you're told to do something every day, and food is not like an option, like you're eating food, where you're a human being, you're going to eat food every day. So you're making this an integral part of your life, counting and tracking and measuring, and you hate doing that shit. It's not going to stick. you're not going to enjoy your life. And then having that negativity around your food is going to translate and going to rub off in other areas of your life. And you're not going to be happy. You're not going to get results. You're going to resist it. And just the foundation's cracked. It's going to fail in some respect for whatever reason. It's because you're not happy. And not being happy is going to come out with hormones, it's going to come out with motivation, inspiration, blah, blah, blah. It's going to bleed into other areas of your life and it's going to collapse. And there's a reason why people that try to count these things and do things outside their comfort zone, outside what their sweet spot is and what their strengths are, that's why those people fail. And that's why a lot of people fail with dieting, because it's do keto, do macros, count this, measure this. And a lot of people just don't, that's not who they are. That's not the kind of approach that they need. That's not what they're interested in. They're more cerebral, they're more creative. So I think that I connect with a lot of people that are not the analytical minded, in the sense that are, but you're open-minded. You're aware of the fact that you have a body. You're aware of the fact that you have to customize things. You are aware of the fact that there is something for everyone. And I just think that, yeah, I think people do make it. Yeah, Aaron on Facebook making it too complicated. I think a lot of people make things too complicated. I don't think it's too complicated. I think it's important to go back to the source. I think it's important to realize that most foods cause imbalances in our brain, in our chemical composition, that give us the wrong information that our bodies don't know how to handle. And, what happens is we get the wrong information. Our bodies can regulate themselves. We're not born with calculators. We're not born to analyze all those things for every meal. It doesn't mean you can't do that to get an idea and then, okay, cool, and then back off it a little bit because you learn. It's okay to know. It's okay to learn. It's called science. It's called exploration and, intelligence and, discovery. So it's okay to measure and realize, oh, that's how much a sweet potato weighs. That's how many calories. Oh, cool. All right, so that's about 400. Okay, so if I eat one or two of those, it's okay to have perspective. It doesn't mean that you're just wasting your time if you're counting calories. It's science. It's what we're made up of. That's fine. But to hinge all your progress and every single moment around something that you're not passionate about. And that's my point. Like if you're passion's important. I'm passionate about what I do. That's why I'm here every day. Like, man, I'm impressed. Like you're doing a show every single day, same time. Yeah, I'm passionate about it. Like, do you think I feel like doing this every day? I don't feel like doing it. I just don't equate feeling into what I do here. So when I'm live here and we're doing this content, I think they're great. And the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat, all these things that I'm doing every day, I just don't equate feeling into it. It's not that I don't love it. I just don't include emotion into what I do. It's discipline. I just do it. I do it. I am passionate about it, which keeps me going, which takes the feeling out of it. The need for feeling, the need for, oh, I want to do this today. Oh, I'm in a great mood today. No, I'm always in a good mood because I'm just neutral. The passion for me doing this is here. So when you equate that passion and you understand that you will fail, then you'll be consistent, because if you are passionate about what you're trying to accomplish, if you're passionate about life and you're passionate about how you're going to approach your fitness, then with the understanding that you're going to fail, it'll keep you consistent, because the only thing that will stop you from getting results is quitting. That's the only thing. The only thing that will stop you from getting results is quitting. So it doesn't matter if you fail, you're supposed to fail. We talked about that. If your chance of success is 1 out of 100, that means you're supposed to fail. That means everything is in the favor of you not getting to your goal. So even if it's 20 out of 100, so it's 80% chance of success, you're still supposed to fail. It's never going to be there's very rarely going to be in your favor. It's always, because there's every single opportunity to not do it. Every single moment is an opportunity to quit. Every single moment is an opportunity to not get it done. Every single moment, every single day, you can stop. Every single day, I have the opportunity to skip the daily show. Every single day. This is episode 625. Every single day for 625 days, I have had the opportunity to skip doing the show that day and just Could have just skipped it. Could have just skipped it. So I have the opportunity a lot. And the opportunity presents itself for me to stop and quit more than it does to keep going and be consistent every day. So it's up to you. It's up to you. Failing is guaranteed. It's guaranteed. You have to fail. And if you're not failing, that means you're not doing shit. So if you're successful all the time, you're not going to be successful. First off, you're not going to be successful all the time. But if you're not failing, it means you're not trying. So if you're not trying a style of eating and failing, then you're not doing shit. You're not going to get it anyway. You have to fail. A failure is good because then you're figuring out one thing that doesn't work, right? I think that was Thomas Edison. He's like, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways that don't work. And that's it. And that's it. And that's the process. And that's the process. That failure and that relentless push to make it happen is what will get you there. So many opportunities, every turn an opportunity to fail. So let's take, so just understand that when you don't get results, that's what's supposed to happen. You are not supposed to get results. And when you think about it that way, it makes it a lot easier to push and to execute and to get stuff done. Because if you're not afraid of failing because you know you will, then just do it. And when you take action, you're not afraid of those things. When you take action, when you do things, you're not afraid of failing. You just keep on doing. Just keep on fucking doing things. You have to keep on doing things. To fail is part of life, but it's our choice to learn from it or not. Learn from it. Just do it. Just take action and take relentless action and don't stop. And don't stop. Any other comments and stuff like this on Facebook? Only numbers I love is in the bank. The rest of life is journey. And that's still journey too. You know, the money is worth nothing. That's funny too. You know, if you really think about it, the numbers mean nothing. The money means nothing. It's just the value that we attribute to it. So like $1, that piece of paper in your wallet, it's worth absolutely fucking nothing. It's the perception of value. So when you think about that in conjunction with it, you know, the money's not worth anything either. Money's not worth anything either. Let's see. Demetra, what works for one doesn't work for all. Although keto is working, but I am finding variety might end up working better once I figure out what my body will let me do. There's nothing wrong with ketosis. There's nothing wrong with that style of eating. It's not for everyone, and it's not for everyone long term. But that's why that's why I come out with the approach of the elimination diet. I really want everyone to figure out first what foods are best for you. And then if you want to do keto, then if you want to do one of those nutritional approaches, like specifically, that's fine. That's fine. I am open-minded. I am not the kind of person that says, this is the answer. I am all-knowing. There's no other answer but mine. My way is the right way. I think my way and my approach is a very viable way. And I can prove that because a lot of those of you that are in the community here and those of you that are in Swolenormous X, you've seen a lot of progress and you've seen wonderful results from my programs and from my trainings and my workshops. So I have proof. I mean, it doesn't mean everyone's going to see results from exactly the way I approach things. That's fine. There's 7.5 billion people in the world. You know, maybe my stuff is one of those things that fails for some people. That's okay. But my approach is also more all-encompassing. And it comes from experience. I'm not trying to push something. I'm not trying to plant a flag. I'm not trying to plant a flag. I have my own approach. I have my own beliefs and stuff like that. But I think planting a flag and, you know, being rigid with your vision, being rigid with your approach, you know, you have to be open-minded. You have to be ready to learn. You have to be ready to always exposing yourself to new things and new possibilities. To assume you know everything and to assume that your way is the way, we know that's a very dangerous approach. That's a very unbecoming way to grow and to develop and to make the most out of yourself. So that's kind of understood. Aaron Johnson, I love the idea of elimination, trial and error. Everyone is different and you have to change it up and experiment to know what works best for your body. Once you know what's best for your body, once you know what is ideal and the foods that are ideal for your body, then you can start playing around with different eating styles. Then, okay, maybe intermittent fasting is the best thing for your life. Maybe the way your job schedule, the way your work schedule, the way your family schedule is, maybe intermittent fasting's for you and you fucking love it. Maybe you only love intermittent fasting 3 days a week. Maybe you only love it on the weekends and you eat breakfast every morning, Monday through Friday, and you see great results. First off, you won't know unless you try it that way. And if that works great for you and everything checks out and your doctor's appointments, all your blood work is fine, you're not trashing your thyroid or anything, whatever it is, who's to say that's not the best thing for you? That could be the best thing in the world. Maybe you nailed it. And I hope you do. I hope you find that. I hope you find what works best for you. But if you're having all these issues and you're struggling and you're saying, no, but I like to do this. No, but I've been in intermittent fasting. It's working great, but I'm trying to lose 10 extra pounds and this. Well, it's obviously not working for you anymore if you're not getting the results. And another thing that's very important to understand is that what got you to where you are now, and I don't care if you've been doing keto for 10 years or you've been doing paleo for 5 years or doing CrossFit for 3 years, whatever got you to where you are now is not what's going to get you to the next place. So if you want something else, if you need to take the next step and you need to go and level up and get the next extra, and you're looking to step up, you're looking to progress, then something has to change. Whatever you did to get to this point is not going to be what gets you to the next point. And that's what a lot of you have to understand. And change is difficult for humans. Change is difficult for all humans, especially when you start changing diet, nutrition, and exercise schedules and exercise styles. You start playing around with literal change, and then people fucking freak out. People freak out when it comes to change. Oh, yeah, your ebook is straight fire. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that feedback. It's always great. The feedback on the book. I appreciate that. Carl Larson, thank you. I'm glad I found you. I'm glad you found me here too. Thoughts on IF? Oh, I didn't even see that question, Paul. Thoughts on intermittent fasting? Fine. It's fine. It's fine. Intermittent fasting. So, I mean, anything's fine, essentially. Anything's fine, essentially. I have my opinions, and that's why I have my own platform. That's why these are my pages, because I will sprinkle my opinions and my personal thoughts and experiences, more experiences than opinions. And my opinions are based off experiences. If I've tried things and I didn't like it after a while, I will say why I didn't like it. Doesn't mean that someone else won't look ripped and big and, oh my God, she had great results. Great. Good for him. Good for her. I don't fucking care. That's great. That's great. Obviously, there are a lot of people that believe in a lot of things in this world. There's a lot of religions. There's a lot of politics. There's a lot of laws. There's a lot of businesses. There's a lot of, a lot of different diets. There's a lot of different ways and things that people believe in. People believe in fucking, what is it? Scientology. They believe, people believe in that shit. People believe in anything and everything. There's always something that someone believes in. Okay. So when you think about it in that sense, it's not like coming back to ketosis and paleo and this kind of discussion or intermittent fasting. That's nothing compared to like Scientology and people thinking the earth is fucking flat and shit. Like, people believe, like they believe these things. People believe the earth is flat, like today, like now. You have these like, you have these groups of like flat earthers or whatever the fuck they're called. Like, you have these people. So when you think about that, it's no stretch to be like, well, carbs are the devil. Fine. Go after carbs. I love my sweet potatoes and my yuca. I'll keep them. So that's that. And, it is Sunday. So let me hit restart on the video because we're rocking. So if you got any questions, I'll take a couple questions and we'll wrap up the episode. We'll close out with a few Q&As. So drop a couple more comments below. JD3000 on Instagram. Question for abs. The only thing I should be doing is planks and reverse crunches. No, those are just two options. You saw that post that I put here on Instagram that said stop doing crunches. I mean, crunches aren't bad. It's just doing crunches until you pass the fuck out is not going to, you're working a movement muscle. You're working the rectus abdominis. That's the six pack. But if you want to see the six pack, it's going to come down to global strength training and nutrition, losing the fat on top, flattening the stomach. If you want to work on flat abs, it's vacuums, it's working the transverse abdominis, reverse crunches are great. The pelvic floor muscles, the intrinsic core stabilizers, those are all important. Those are all very important for abs. Because don't forget, you can have bulging abs. You can have like a distended stomach and be lean and have a six pack. You know, you could have like your stomach pushing out and just not have a lot of fat over your stomach and have like kind of like a gut, but still have, C abs. You've seen that in bodybuilders and stuff. If you're lean and you have a big meal, your stomach pushes out. It's like you want to keep that stomach in. You want to keep it flat. You don't want to have like a loose gut. So those intrinsic muscles, it's a natural belt. You ever see those people that wear the belts in the gym? I see people doing the fucking shoulder pressing with like the belt on. And I don't know what the fuck is with these bodybuilders and these fitness people that wear belts all the time, like it's keeping their fucking waist tiny. That's it's just stupid shit. It's stupid shit. Take the fucking belt off. Take the fucking belt off. It's not gonna keep you from getting fucking big. It just looks stupid. Wearing a belt, keep my waist tiny. Okay, bro. I'd rather work the muscles that are gonna help support my lower back so I don't look like a fucking wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man like at a car dealership when I'm 50, like you're gonna look like. People are taking this V-taper shit to like far too much of an extreme. It looks almost cartoonish. When there's ever a time in your life where you're out of shape, or overweight, I bulked up a lot, but I was never like fat because I let it all go. I just was eating too many calories in college, trying to bulk up, lifting heavy. So looking back at a picture, I was like, oh shit, I was, by my purposes, like fat, like round, but I was like, lifting heavy as shit and just eating too many. I was eating too much and I wasn't eating clean enough. But I was never like lazy and fat, if that's what you're asking. Catherine Walsh, can you create a bacon group club? No, but you can join Swolenormous Premium. I got some content. Yeah, those of you that are, if you're interested in some stuff and some additional content here on Facebook, I do have. There's a yoga class in there. There's a bunch of like, a bunch of workshops that are available, and additional resources. It's linked here on my Facebook page, Swolenormous Premium. And those that are looking to take it to the next level, you have swolenormousx.com, which is where all my programs are, the weekly yoga classes, the weekly workshops, and all the hard-hitting, like literally applicable content, the virtual training that I do. So swolenormousx.com is where it's fucking 100% legit. The site's amazing. So those of you that are really looking to get into all this stuff. Yeah, Paul, you like the virtual trainer? Got a new episode, a new workout coming this week. So those are going to be weekly releases. New yoga video. That's right. A new yoga flow tonight, by the way. A new yoga flow tonight for those of you that are in Swolenormous X. I'll just make that announcement now. So new yoga flow. I believe it's a yin. It's for the hips. So a brand new yoga flow tonight. In Swolenormous X, we'll be releasing that today. And then this week, got another workshop as well as another virtual trainer with some instructional videos for sure. And a lot more stuff coming, a lot more stuff brewing, but it's just a matter of me sitting here, getting it done, getting it. So when I'm not here live, I am Papa Swolio's editing Swolio. I am putting my computer through the fucking paces, always editing like a beast. Yeah, new yoga flow tonight. So you have that to look forward to. And make sure everyone that's on the fence, or if you're looking at Swolenormous X, do not wait. Get into those, lock in those membership prices while they last, because they will be going up. So make sure that those of you that are already in X, you'll be grandfathered in. So whatever you sign in at, that's what you're going to have for as long as you stay with the program and with the community, because as the content builds and as it grows, it becomes more and more and more of a extreme value of a platform. So those of you that are waiting, don't wait, because those introductory prices and the membership offers will not last. So make sure you jump in on that if you are thinking about joining. One more question. Mohammed on Instagram, more reps or lift heavy? Which is best for fat loss? Lifting heavy. And that's relative. Lifting heavy. Lifting heavy is relative. So lift for muscle mass. and you'll be shedding more fat. It's better for your metabolism. It's better for your fat uh, mobilization in your body. Nathan, I'm new here and I'm getting a lot of inspiration by workout and diet. Thank you. You're welcome. And Mike Studle, should someone who has finished the 90-day dash, I start doing certain body parts on your trainer? And if so, when do you throw yoga and mobility in? Keep the same schedule, man. You can keep the same schedule. Keep the same schedule. You could still be alternating the strength with the yoga, and you can absolutely. The virtual trainer is literally what I do. I plan on adding the virtual training workouts for the 90-day dash as well. I plan on adding virtual trainings for those specific workouts sometime in the next few months. But the virtual trainer is literally my workouts. So that's my for the virtual trainer. It's literally my workouts. I don't cater to anything in particular. So that's literally my stuff. Is it okay to weight train? So even you could do that in like the Swole phase. I wouldn't do that as a beginner. Is it okay to weight train and do yoga in the same day? Sure. I would just do the yoga after, especially if it's like a yin yoga. Just be careful of like hydration, but yoga is great after a workout. You also don't have to do like an hour class or an hour and a half. You can do like half an hour of yoga, do like a cool down, do a little yoga to warm up, a little yoga to cool down. But yoga is great after strength training for sure. It's a very, it's a great balance, and it inhibits the muscle, like builds up so much tension from the weight training. So great questions. Thank you, fam. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for episode 625. And make sure those of you that are in premium, I plan on going in there live today for some Q&A. So if you are a premium member, you're in the premium group, you have that to look forward to. And you can find that group on my Facebook page. So check that out. And any other questions, make sure you can message me. You can hit me up, and you can also visit Swolenormousx.com, and the link is in the post description here on Facebook and in my profile on Instagram. Thanks, fam, for joining me for episode 625 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gaincast, and Mancast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Peace, McGee's, deuce, Magoose, Papa Swolio, out.